What's up, guys? LA Sparks fans, we are here at LA Sparks Weekly. I am Michael Matthew, of course, with DJ Treacy Trees. The Sparks are coming off a big overtime win over the Las Vegas Aces. They have the Phoenix Mercury tonight. No Taurasi, but Azurá Stevens has returned. The Sparks are trying to make it 2 in a row. DJ, what's your excitement level for this game tonight with the Sparks having a chance to win 2 in a row?
I'm so excited, only because we got the energy of beating the back-to-back champs, so of course we're going to bring this energy into this game, and we're going to need a lot of it in order to take down these Phoenix Mercury, even without a Taurasi.
So, Stephanie Talbot, I have to apologize because you are playing some amazing basketball, making a big-time shot, having a big-time game last game. She is doing some good things. How important has she been with this team, keeping them kind of steady with their play?
I'm going to have to handwrite Stephanie Talbot's apology letter because she is doing all those small things that we said in basketball that matter. Offensive rebounding, defensive rebounding. She actually hit the game winning to tie us up for overtime. So just doing those timely basketball things and keeping up the energy is what Stephanie has been doing.
So we heard from Coach. He's excited to have Azurá back. He's ready to go. He's hoping the team can keep it up. Make sure you guys check it out.
Hello, happy Sunday.
Hi, Coach. Raymond White from the Spark Tribune. With Taurasi out, how does the game plan change for you guys?
Certainly Diana's had a good series back in Phoenix against us this year, and we struggled at times in some guard-to-guard actions. She shot the ball very well against us. So they've had a lot of this week to practice for this game, and so it will be interesting to see what's new and added, and if they stick with their same schemes but substitute players in different positions without Diana. So today for us a big key is in-game adjustments, obviously with them having much more prep time for this game than us. So we'll have to make some adjustments on the fly on what that game plan looks like, who they substitute in, who they're starting. They could go a lot of different directions. And again, if they tweaked any actions or they use different actions more than they do with Diana, and do they go away from some of the actions that they run a lot with DT in it. So game time adjustments are big for us today.
Hey Kurt, exciting news I know for Steph Talbot being named to Team Australia today, or it being official. She seemed to have unlocked something really special with Dearica, with those 2 late assists coming off her career high against Las Vegas. What can you say about what she's showing in terms of her composure and her chemistry with D?
Yeah, first I think it's her journey back from a serious injury. I think we've seen in recent years, at least my tenure in the league, that players, it's taken a little bit of time to come back from ACLs. We've actually seen maybe more immediate success on the court with players coming back from Achilles injuries. And so you can just see the confidence growing in Steph after being out for an entire season. I think you see the confidence in our system and how we're utilizing her and how we believe in her. And then, confidence that she can be the versatile, high motor, glue player that brings so much to the table. It's starting to come, and I'm really excited for Steph's comfortability. There was a reason we had low turnovers the other night. With her move to the 4, it gives you another facilitator. She's already, arguably our highest assist to turnover ratio wing, and now you move her to the 4 position, and it just improves your ball handling, improves your facilitating. And she has a unique understanding of high-low passing and has the ability to get to Dearica the ball that maybe other people don't immediately see. So it's been a fun combination to watch. And what you mentioned in the beginning, I think we knew, you never take it for granted, but you knew that she was going to be a part of the Opals. So really excited for Steph. We kid behind the scenes that we hope we see each other in the gold medal game. Got to be careful with, members of the China team and the Canadian team also on our team. But really excited that it's official for Steph. Also, don't know if you saw, but excited that on the internet that Julie was named part of the Belgium team, as we knew she would be also. So exciting news for a lot of our international stars.
Hey Kurt, you mentioned the guard-to-guard actions that Phoenix runs, and I'm curious, just big picture, have you ever seen teams in the W run like this much guard-to-guard screening, or do you feel like that's something Nate and Christy have brought over from their NBA experience?
Yeah, I think everything filters down. International play, NBA, G League, our league for years, things filter down. And from the time I've been in the league now 10 years, each year there's new actions that become more common in our league that maybe are run a little bit earlier in the NBA. And really trending, in all of basketball, men's basketball, women's basketball, more guard-to-guard actions, more positionless basketball, more of an emphasis on the arc. And so guard-to-guard actions, especially when you're talking ghost, where you're no longer just slipping to the basket, you're slipping up to the three-point line, and you're putting 2 guard defenders' communication, really into high demand. And are you switching things? Are you staying with things? Is there hesitation and people take advantage of it? DT's release, when she ghosts and gets a little bit of space, is so elite of a shooter. She really makes that style of basketball work. So obviously the influx with Nate and Becky into our league just brings a little bit more NBA emphasis, but everybody's doing it across the league. Obviously Phoenix wants to shoot threes, Hunts threes, 40% of their attempts are threes, 47 to 50% of their shots in transition are threes. So even with BG back, they're still hunting, threes within their offense.
Coach, I frequently hear you and the team talking about grit. How do you define it, and why is grit such a crucial part of team success?
Yeah, again, it's just been a big part of my entire head coaching career back from the early days in the 2000s. At the collegiate level is that I believe, one, you first win in the locker room. You win with great people. You win with great culture. You have to have a championship locker room before you can have a championship on the court. But grit's a part of that. And grit, handling adversity, handling tough situations, handling the highs and lows of season. That's grit off the court. Grit on the court it's a really physical game. And people that haven't seen or followed women's basketball and they start to, or newer fans to our game, are amazed at how physical our game is. So there's got to be a toughness. There's got to be an edge with these best players in the world. There's got to be a grittiness, and it's important. I'm a coach that has never inherited a team that was winning. I've always sought out and have had success building teams. And when you do that, you have to be gritty, because at times you have to overachieve and may play above what a piece of paper says. And again, you never win on paper. Proud of our win the other night against a really talented team in Vegas. Again, a really talented team in Phoenix on paper, but paper doesn't win. It's going to be the team who executes for the next 2 hours here tonight that comes away with a win. It's the team that's grittier is going to win. So that grit's really important to me on and off the court.
Hey, Kurt. Speaking of new fans, so imagine you're talking to someone who has just discovered how amazing women's basketball is. How would you, obviously she's not playing today, but how would you explain to them what Diana Taurasi has meant to women's basketball?
Yeah, it's just the GOAT terminology gets thrown around a lot, right? And there's pioneers and legends of our game that came before Diana, but the GOAT conversation should be talked about when you talk about Diana. Her longevity, her ability to still play at an elite level, her ability to persevere through injuries at times throughout her career, also, just really special. But, I get the opportunity to be around her in USA basketball for a lot of years now consecutively. And when I have the opportunity to be a court coach, in small or mini training camps, right? We get 3 days here, 2 days here, 4 days here. The first thing I request from Cheryl or anyone I've ever worked with is I get DT's team. Because when you get to coach that team, and a lot of times, the head coach will divide up to the assistants. You take the red team, you take the white team. And I want Diana because I know we're always going to be better. And you see that narrative out there going, how does she keep making those teams? I'm telling you guys, when I go to USA camps every time, when you leave mini camps 3 days and 4 days in, and we're not playing 40 minutes, but we're playing up and down and we're stopping. We're playing up and down and stopping, playing up and down and stopping. I venture to say that every single camp I've been to, the best player in camp is always DT. She leads, she makes everyone around her better, she makes it fun, but is competitive and can try to get the other great players off their game by talking trash. And it's just, until you experience it, it's just truly special to be around Diana. She's meant so much for our game for such a long time with her longevity. But she's a special player, special person, and will, history will tell the story one day of just how good she's been for our game.
Hey, Coach. Can you describe what the energy was like in the locker room Friday night? And also, no Z on the injury report. What are the goals for her today? Will there be any minutes restriction?
The first part of your question, the locker room was ecstatic after the game. It was a big win for us. Obviously, a tough road trip in terms of adversity, a tough road trip, that's 7 games on the road consecutively in terms of, losing each one of those games. So one of the longer losing streaks in franchise history. So for us to win and win now 2 games in a row against Vegas, really special for that group. And they had to go earn it. They received that, haymaker back at them in the fourth quarter and felt Vegas coming at them, and still they got that game into overtime and found a way to the finish line, which, for a young team, you just got to keep putting them in position to try to pull out those games and learn. You learn to win. Winning just doesn't happen. You learn how to win. So, really, really excited locker room, genuinely happy for each other. Career nights for Ari McDonald, and you can feel the confidence. You can hear the confidence that she just wanted a coaching staff to believe in her. She just wanted her opportunity at this level, and she's feeling it. Like Steph Talbot, with big plays and a big stretch, and Dearica continuing to play well this season. Just a really special night for our group. Azurá is back. She is available tonight. We plan on playing her. There is a minutes restriction that we'll keep within house. But she's been now a little over a week of full contact in practices. We feel comfortable with where she is. We always had a plan to try to get her games under her belt before the Olympic break. We were hoping as many as 6. We knew it could be less than that. And so we came right in that target zone of what we had hoped after the disappointing news of her injury in April. But really excited. We got to give her grace. We got to give her timing. Got to get her wind underneath her while she's been in full contact practices. It's just not the same as going tonight. And if BG does get the green light tonight, not the easiest person out of the gate to guard and play against. But excited to have Azurá back, a veteran that knows how to play, really talented. Gives us another really good pro to integrate into our lineup, and look forward to it.
Just wanted to ask about Steph. So after last game, you talked a bit about, her theme tying shot was really good for her, playing within the play. Could you expand on what that means and how Steph kind of fits into that?
Yeah, I think playing, within plays. Obviously, in this league, we all have schemes, we all have plays, but ultimately, everybody scouts heavy. First actions are taken away a lot of times, and scoring actions are taken away. So ultimately, this league ends up you playing out of shapes. That's what basketball is. You're going to play out of different shapes. And so players got to go make plays in different shapes. Part of the play there at the end, she is the absolute final option. Our first two options weren't open. Our third option, didn't really develop to a good option. And so the fourth option within that play was what we got the ball to. And so really proud in a stressful, really, really important possession in the game to either lose or send it to overtime, potentially win it if it was a three-point play, that they stayed composed and played within the play, got the ball, and Steph Talbot realized no one was coming to double her, no one was coming because they didn't want to give up a three to lose the game. And she stepped up and made a huge shot to send it to overtime and ultimately gave us an opportunity to win. And so for a young team, when it wasn't your first option within the final play of the regulation, for them to stay composed and within that play is, great teaching opportunities for our team. Thank you. Thanks for
So Michael and DJ Tracy, we are back. We just heard from Coach. He's excited. He got a player back who played so well for them last year. You were able to interview Azurá before the game. What do you think she's going to bring to the team early on?
I asked her that specific thing, and she wants to really contend and bring that energy from a big that we need. Going up against BG, that she specifically name-dropped BG, she knows what kind of game she has to play, so I'm excited for Azurá, who's had some time to sit down and rest, to come through and bring us some new energy against Brittany Griner tonight.
And it's going to be great because we know what type of player she is. She can play inside, she can stretch, she's a solid defender. It's a great move for the team to have her back, so I'm excited to see her play. But I'm also excited to see what Dearica can do against BG. Rakia, can she have another back-to-back really good game because she played well against Vegas? So it's that time. Before we go, we always got to give you, who do we have as that player that you think is going to shine tonight for the Sparks?
I got two that's going to co-share it, and I think Rakia matched up with Kalia Copper. That's going to be a good one. I know she's going to play at her best because Kalia Copper is going to bring it to her. And Ari McDonald, because on the assist kind of side, we're going to have to share the ball. So both of them are going to have a big night. Ari in assists and Rakia in the scoring column.
And for me, I'm going to go with Ari, man. Ari has been that point guard that's making everything right. She's scoring, she's getting people set up, and with no Diana Taurasi, if she can be the best wing out there, it's going to be tough because, Kalea's a hooper. But if Ari can do what she do, the Sparks has a good chance to win. So I'm excited, DJ's excited, we know you guys are excited. I can't wait to talk after the game because hopefully it's a Sparks victory.
What's up, LA Sparks Weekly fans? We are back. It's DJ Tracy, and I am here with Azurá, who is also back. How does it feel to be back on the court playing with your team today?
Yeah, it feels so amazing. I've been working really hard and just feeling more and more comfortable, so I'm excited to finally get some game action today.
Awesome. We talked earlier this season about how it felt to analyze your team and see what they were doing, adjusting just from the bench. Now that you're actually getting some play time today, can you talk about what adjustments and what kind of things you're going to contribute to the game?
Yeah, I think defensively, first and foremost, just bring some energy using my size, especially obviously against BG. As much height as we can throw at her will be helpful for us. And then on offense, just trying not to force anything, play within the flow, and create opportunities for my teammates.
Awesome. And will you be on any restrictions tonight, or you got full green light to play?
I have a minute restriction just for the first couple of games, so hopefully I'll be able to get through that, but we'll see how it goes.
And most important, how does your body feel and how do you feel mentally with, coming through that injury and recuperating? Like, where are you at right now?
I feel pretty good. I mean, I've gotten as much contact as I can get with obviously the limited schedule, so we'll see how it feels to be in a live game, but I feel prepared for the moment and just excited to see how it all turns out.
We're excited too. LA Sparks Weekly fans, stay tuned. Like, share, subscribe for more content like this. Thanks, G. Have a good game.
What's up, guys? LA Sparks Weekly, Michael Matthew here with the All-Star and Olympian, Dearica Hamby. So, Dearica, you guys are coming off a very impressive overtime win. How do you keep that momentum going?
I think it just shows the things that Kurt is talking about behind the scenes. You know, we take care of the ball. We had, 3 or 4 turnovers, which is incredible. But we showed that we're able to get shots on goal. We can beat anybody.
And with you, with being an all-star, going to be in the Olympics, everything going so well for you right now, how do you keep yourself humble and composed to lead this team?
I mean, I've been at the bottom before, you know, so I appreciate the process of everything, and I'm grateful for where I'm at. But yeah, I don't take it for granted.
And thinking about last year where you were at to now, how impressed are you even with yourself to see where you're at, all the great achievements that you're able to do so far this year?
Yeah, I mean, like I said, grateful, but obviously I feel like I've had this in me before, but I've wanted to win on teams, and I put myself in a box before. Just being here, I have the opportunity to step outside the box.
So, gotta ask this question. Great on the court, great mother. What isn't Dearica Hamby good at?
What am I not good at? Free throws. There we go.
Free throws. So tonight, you guys trying to keep that momentum going, trying to get this win over the Mercury. What things are you guys going to have to do right to make sure you walk away with another victory?
If BG's playing, we got to limit her touches and make it difficult for her. Obviously, she's great at what she does. Take care of the basketball. They're good in transition. And run them off the three-point line. They're shooting the ball really well from the three. I think they get up probably the most threes in the league. So run them off the line.
Hey, Dearica Hamby, All-Star Olympian. Make sure you guys stay tapped in with us here at LA Sparks Weekly. Thank you so much.
resort located in the Bixby Knolls district of Long Beach. Gravity is a performing arts studio and dance company owned and operated by dancer, choreographer, humanitarian, and two-time cancer survivor, Shakita Sargent. Sparks fans, please welcome Gravity Dance Company.
Profanity Nation. A podcast for the fans, by the fans. Dive deep into the topics the other shows miss. Raw and uncensored.
And he's going to play team ball. His legacy is at stake.
Rare, hard-hitting interviews with players, coaches, and you, the super fans.
I'm not hating. I'm like, okay, cool. Good.
3 championships in 5 years. He's more than good, bro.
Profanity Nation. Listen live or subscribe on your favorite podcast platform.
What's up, LA Sparks fans? LA Sparks Weekly here. I am Michael Matthew with the one and only DJ Tracy Trees. In another game late, that the Sparks fall apart and find a way to lose a game. After taking the lead, after a big-time shot from Dearica Hamby, the Sparks fall 84-78. DJ, what was your thoughts on the Sparks' performance? They were so close.
It was so close.
Once again, but it didn't happen.
And you know, I think the word of the day is going to be slippage. Coach has been talking about that for the last 3 press conferences straight. He's been talking about those little things, making sure you're getting to your assignments on, defensively and coming out of timeouts. And when we don't do that offensively and defensively, it kind of just gets you. You lose by those 4 or 5 points. I mean, less than a minute to go, it was pretty much tied up, or a minute to go, it was tied up. So you just miss those little things, and that's what happened tonight.
And with a young team like the Sparks, or a team that's trying to find out and figure out how to win, like you said, slippage is a key word because it's the little things. Earlier we're going to hear it from Dearica. She talked about when Natasha Cloud, who went off for her career-high 31 points, that they weren't able to find her when they needed to switch. Execution, what Coach is going to talk about in the presser, they didn't do late, and it came back to bite them. Who is that on? Is that on coaching? Is it something that they're missing? Or is it on a certain player or players that, hey, you guys got to help get this right? You're on the court.
Double fold. Now let's just talk about first. Natasha Cloud is one of the best players in the league. 1v1.
Oh yeah, she's nice. Yeah.
Other than Odyssey Sims, there's not many people that could take Natasha Cloud because she's fast. So when you have an opponent that you know you can't beat, just very similar to playing with Steph. You know what I mean? You can try to stop them from playing, but you ain't going to do too much. So it's not really that much on the players and coaching. It's really that execution. So tonight, I think the coaches did a great job of giving them their assignments and doing it, but it's really like when that moment comes down and you already know in your mind who's coming and where's she going, and you can't stop her, you need to pull down in that reservoir of extraness.
So that sounds like the players have to figure out these things because they're in a lot of these games. It's not like they're getting blown out and getting smoked by teams. They're actually in these games, but they're not making the plays that's needed to happen. The bench didn't really have a player that really stepped out. You lose Stephanie Talbot early, so you got more minutes for Ray, more minutes for Zaya, for Laisha as well, but they don't do enough. But, one positive is that Azurá Stevens is back. We were able to talk to her at the before the game. How did you think of her minutes, or what did you think of her minutes tonight?
I think she did exactly what she said she was going to do in the interview. She said she was going to contribute defensively, which she did. We saw her with some great timely blocks. We saw her being really active with her hands.
Yep.
We saw her stretching the floor. She didn't shoot any threes, but she really got out into that mid-range and got BG out of the paint so we could score more points in the paint.
Yep.
So Azurá being back added to the fold, unfortunately we had another injury, which then again reconfigures your lineup. But with Azurá and a fully healthy bench as best as possible, I think we'll be in a better position.
And I'm just happy to see her back, because for you new LA Sparks fans, last year Azurá was a big piece, that the reason why the team was close to making it to the playoffs when she was able to slide and play that 4 or 5 position. So having her back is a big plus. You know, we wishing well for Stephanie Talbot. Hopefully everything's okay with her. Coach is saying that it was like precautionary.
Yeah,
so
I think she's all right.
Yeah, so we're going to see with that. But hey, don't just listen to us. Listen to Coach, Rakia, and Dearica as they talked about today's game.
Whew, that was disappointing. I know that you got to win some ugly games, and they found a way to win a really, really ugly game both ways. They had closers at the end. You know, again, we got a lot of shots at the rim that you've got to make uncontested layups, uncontested pull-ups, uncontested threes. I am really frustrated that we couldn't go close that game.
Hey, Coach, you know, despite the loss, getting Azurá back in the lineup, you know, I thought she gave you some pretty solid minutes out there, and especially, you know, at times challenging Brittany at the rim. Just, you know, what did you make of her performance today, and, you know, just how important is it to kind of get her back in the lineup?
Yeah, I mean, her length is a factor. Obviously, she gives us another offensive weapon. She didn't make any threes, but she can help space the floor. You know, again, timing, we've got to be patient with her. She's going to see better days. She can't just fall in love with the arc and outside, because she's talented around the rim. And we just couldn't exploit her against Herbert Harrigan late in the game like we were hoping.
Coach, Natasha Cloud, 31 points, career high for her. What made it so tough for you guys to slow her down today?
Yeah, I just think, you know, when you know DT's out and you're a dog like she is, she was going to will that team to the finish line, and you need closers. And no one's going to tell Natasha that she's not the best player on the floor every time she plays. And attitude is everything, and I thought she was confident in crunch time, and we looked around to see who was going to be our closer tonight.
Hey, Coach, DJ from Infanity TV. 2 quick ones. Can you provide us an update on Stephanie Talbot's injury? And also, with Rakia Jackson scoring double digits here tonight, how happy are you with her progression in her game?
Yeah, first, I don't have any update on Steph. I know she was pulled from the game for the rest of the game, so I'll learn more about that soon. Precautionary, obviously. Rakia, you know, again, really talented rookie. They guarded her now for the 2nd game in a row in stretches with BG. And we had to find that matchup in a variety of ways to try to isolate BG maybe on the perimeter, and then also could we get us moving against BG. So we tried a variety of things, and, you know, I thought Rakia, for the most part, understood when that was happening. So, you know, we did a better job attacking that chess match that we didn't do a great job in Phoenix. So, you know, just her overall growth, I want her to be, you know, again, I just want her to want to take over at times with how they were guarding her. But she had, you know, she had a good game. I think it could even have been more of a monster game.
Coach, in all 3 of these games so far this week at home, you've had chances to win it. Obviously, you won 1, lost 2. But looking forward to Tuesday's game, what can you take from this span heading into that one to make sure that this team has another chance to actually compete and win?
Yeah, it's, you know, finishes up our homestand here, so an important game. Ultimately, I don't, you know, I'm frustrated tonight, and not necessarily wins-loss. I'm frustrated that we didn't play like we're capable of playing. I don't think we played with the same spirit. I didn't think we played with the same intensity. I thought we were poor board to court tonight. You know, like the focus. The number one thing that you realize as a coach when there's a lack of focus is when you struggle coming out of a timeout, when you look them in the eye and you diagram something and they come out and they don't know where they're supposed to be, or they don't execute. That is a frustrating thing for a coach. You pride yourself on the ATOs. If we don't play better, if we play like we did tonight, Minnesota will beat us by 20 plus easily. They are really, really talented. So, you know, again, I'm not I don't worry about the wins and losses. What I'm more worried about is us playing to our standards and what we want to look like. And if we don't do that Tuesday against the Minnesota team, it will be a long night.
Hey, Coach Jackie Ray TV. Lee LaRue up against BG. She seemed really aggressive. How did you feel about how she played against BG tonight?
Well, we didn't go back to her with she had 3 fouls in 3 minutes. So, you know, it was just a really tough matchup for her. Probably could have given her some opportunity in the second half, but Azurá, getting her back into the fold, trying to find some advantages that way. But, you know, it tough in an illegal screen. You know, we talked about it for the last day and a half on how they defend and how easy it is to get illegal screens against this team. And unfortunately, she got one, then, you know, got caught for another foul, and all of a sudden she's got 3 fouls in 3 minutes. So better days for her ahead.
Hey, Coach, you alluded to, you know, the team not playing up to, you know, your standards and expectations tonight. But you guys did win the turnover battle. They had more turnovers than you guys. Also won the offensive rebound. So what does that look like to you? Like, what does that mean to you, like playing up to, you know, the team standards?
Yeah, when outside of Dearica, and you look at a stat sheet for most of the first half until a late little flourish, the rest of the team was combining to shoot 25-ish% as pros on open shots. We missed our first 9 threes. I'm not sure when we made a 3. You saw all the missed opportunities around the rim. And so, you know, like it wasn't up to our standards of what we have to be offensively. The execution, the spacing, the timing in things, the physicality of things, those all weren't good enough. And still, they had a chance to win, and if you could outplay them for the last 4 minutes. And again, but in that situation, you got to have closers. And tonight, our team out there looked a little hesitant on who really wanted the ball in those big moments.
Thank you, Kurt.
Thank you.
Hey y'all, DJ from Infanity TV. This question is going to be for Rakia today. Rakia, you've been having a stretch of games where you've been improving game after game. Today with 22 points. Can you talk about what it's like adjusting this far into the season? I know we've talked about, you know, just the rookie part of it, but you're playing like, you know, you can hang with the vets. So talk about that for us today, playing against a physical team like the Mercury.
Yeah, being a rookie has its ups and its downs, but what's been getting me through is my teammates and my coaches, honestly. Like, they're always there for me. They're always encouraging me. They always tell me to give myself grades being a rookie and things like that. So that has helped a ton. Every time we played Phoenix, I felt like I always shied away from the contact. So tonight I wanted to make sure I went into them first. I feel like that's when I'm playing best and aggressive. So, yeah.
Hi, I'm Dayla Davis with FI360 News. Rakia, this question's for you. What was your mentality going into tonight's game, fresh off a hard win against the Aces, and how did that translate in today's game?
Yeah, again, just being aggressive. Phoenix is a physical team. If you let them hit you first, they're going to try to punk you the whole game, so I know I had to be physical back. I feel like I'm just, again, proud of this team. We didn't get the win tonight, but I'm just proud of how we're growing each and every day. I feel like we are trending in the right direction. Of course, we always want to win, but the wins are going to come as long as we just stay together and continue to do what we do.
Jackie Ray TV, Dearica, this one is for you. Coach expressed some frustration. He says coming out of timeouts, there was plays drawn up, but people didn't know what was supposed to be happening. Can you explain what was happening in those moments?
Yeah, just lack of execution, slippage, the slippage that he's been talking about. We didn't execute. he called a play that we all should have known, and including myself. We weren't really in the right spots and ready to run it. So we got to be better.
This is for either one of you. Natasha Cloud went off for her career high 31 points. What made it so tough for you guys to slow her down tonight?
I mean, she hit mid-ranges. She dictated kind of what she wanted to happen, and some slippage on our coverages. You know, first half we were supposed to be switching, and then the second half it was just we weren't locked in defensively on her.
For either of you guys, how was it having Azurá back in the lineup, and maybe even Dearica for you? You're sliding down more to the four when she's in the lineup. How did that kind of look like?
It's nice. I mean, offensively she's versatile. It helps. You know, she can play inside and out. She's long. She's active. But defensively it was nice. Kind of took a little bit of pressure off of me. I felt like for her to guard BG and for me to roam a little bit. But we've missed her, and we know what she's capable of offensively and defensively. So it's good to have her back.
Last question.
Just an instant reaction from you. Obviously, this week, played these 3 home games, had a chance to win all 3 of these games, but looking forward to Tuesday's game against the Lynx. You know, what do you feel like you have to do better to have a chance to win that game?
Tonight it was more about our offensive. I feel like defensively we played okay to win. We turned the ball over probably about the second least amount of times this season, and we show that if we take care of the ball, we can compete. We got 15 more shots than them. If you look at the numbers, you might have thought we won, honestly. But yeah, we just got to be better. We talk about the composure at the end of the game or having slippage in one of the quarters to close out, and it hurt us tonight.
Thank you, ladies.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So we're back. We just heard from Coach Kurt Miller, Dearica Hamby, and Rakia Jackson. Dearica doing what she does, the reason why she's an all-star, reason why she's going to be in the Olympics there playing with 25 and 9. But Rakia Jackson, 22 points. She's playing some very good basketball. I actually want to see more from her, seeing her late in games. Maybe that's the player that they can say, hey, we need you to try to do more. Even if it doesn't work, you're young, you're learning, we're going to play through you late in games. What's your thoughts on that?
That is 100% my thought, and that's why I predicted Rakia Jackson as being player of the game 2 times here, and why I specifically asked her in the press conference about how she feels about her personal development.
Okay.
Because we've thrown her off the deep end with this rookie thing.
Yeah.
I mean, you come and then you pull the rug from up under you with all the vets that you've been practicing and stuff with, and now you got all these injuries, and you're put into the starting lineup, and you can't leave.
Yeah.
And she stepped up to the charge. She hasn't folded. She's been playing great basketball, and she always plays better with other players that are good.
Yeah.
Kalia Copper, she had a great game. Against Asia Wilson, she always has great games. It's like she feels that championship charge and channels it through herself to play better. And she said that. She feels like that's when she brings her dog out.
Yeah.
So I think it's Rakia Jackson is going to be our closer, and that's going to come naturally.
And I'm hoping that that's what Coach is going to try to say, hey, our best players right now are Dearica Hamby and Rakia Jackson.
And Ari McDonald.
We need to find a way. Ari's doing her thing, but those are our best players. We need to find a way to get them the ball to help close out these games. Because right now, those are the 3 positives, is Dearica, Rakia, and then, you know, sometimes Ari. Then, you know, the last 2 games, they haven't really turned the ball over. So they look like a team that can compete and try to win these games. But they have to try to figure out how to close. Because the Lynx are coming up on Tuesday night. It's going to be tough. One of the better teams in the W. So hopefully, if it's a close game, they can kind of fix that. But before we leave this game, we have to give our players of the games. I'm going to start with you, DJ. Who you got?
You already know I'm going with Big Kia from the 313. Rakia Jackson is my player of the game. She continues to step up every single game and push herself to be better, tougher. She's also taking accountability for what she didn't do. In the press conference, she said, you know what, I could have faced up, I could have went. You know, she shot a big 3 over Brittany Griner this game.
Oh, yeah.
So who shoots over BG? That's Rakia Jackson, and she's my player of the game.
And a shout out to Rakia. I know we're talking about Angel Reese, Caitlin Clark, the Rookie of the Year, but it ain't close to being done. Rakia Jackson, I guarantee she's going to be fighting there at the end and try to edge and get that award. So shout out to you, Rakia. I can go with Dearica as well, but I'm going to go Azurá Stevens, man. She's back. She's on the court. She played 20-plus minutes. So I'm just happy to see her. I know her teammates are, the Sparks fans are. Kurt Miller is, because she can do so much. So the fact that she was able to play and play as much as she did, making some big-time shots, guarding BG and things like that, that's my player of the game. So Sparks fans, we're going to be back. Michael, DJ, we will be here Tuesday night. Sparks, Lynx, it's going to be a good one. We see you then.